Welcome back to Love, Lies, and Lacefronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Guys, are you subscribed to this channel? If you're not, you need to be. Hit your notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video, when I go live, and drop another video for you. Also, follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up with what I'm doing, okay? If you enjoy channels like this and commentary, consider becoming a member. Otherwise, guys, Bougie Gang Gang, it's an open thing. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so you can participate in the chats. And I will see you next time I hit that live button. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hey guys, how are you?
You could be doing opposed to being on my page, bitch, cause I ain't got nothing for you nothing ass bitches.
Good morning. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Daddy gone. Daddy is gone, guys. What is going on? I was busy. I was trying to do a couple of things. I had to do some things. Okay. It's a Friday, thank God. One more week of school left. I know some of you guys already have your kids out of school, and that's amazing. I feel like I remember back in the day we used to be out of school by Memorial Day, but maybe not. I'm not sure, but down here that's not the case. It usually runs at least a week or two after Memorial Day. You would think after Memorial Day the kids could just be on vacation. I don't really get it, but anyway, let me say hi to everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Shouts out to a girlfriend, a bougie gang sis. You know who you are. Ivy, Max, Pearls of Wisdom, gang stars. Good morning. And girlfriends, okay? If you missed the live yesterday, someone came through yesterday and was like, "Hi, girlfriends." And I thought that was so cute. It kind of reminded me a little bit of J. Morel Stewart because she's always like, "Hey, friends." And Becky from Acre Homestead is always calling everybody friends. But girlfriends is super cute and I love it. Anyway, guys, I hope that you're having a wonderful morning so far. Let me handle this little gangsta puppy. Hold on a second. Y'all. Okay. Let's keep going. Um you know how she is. She's going to be vocal for a minute. So, but it's so funny though. Sometimes when I'm watching the playback, it's like, whose dog is that? It's like it just fits right on in to whatever we're watching. So, anyway, you guys had lots of good comments yesterday. And I do want to address at least a couple. This isn't so much of an addressing the comments, but I do want to address a couple of things just from a standpoint of like, look, guys, I don't try to convince you guys of, I don't, I, I share my point of view. I don't try to convert you to my point of view. Okay. And I think as much as you guys want me to respect that you guys have, as much as I do, not even that you want me to, I do respect the differences of opinion. Because this is not a cult of personality. I feel like I have to say this at least once a week. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not super vested in some of these women. So most of them, other than the fact that, it's interesting. It's something that I watch. I share with you guys. We do commentary on it because you guys do your commentary right there in the comment section, or some of you do it in the chat, and some of you just, you guys show up. So however you do it, and that's okay. I'm not here to convert anyone, right? Um, so let me finish saying good morning, and then we'll talk about a couple of comments. I have been reviewing this Tim Anderson situation. It's quite fascinating. Um, it's nothing new, of course, because people have had affairs and cheated and had children outside of the marriage, outside of relationships. We have situations we cover right here on the YouTube streets, Keisha and Jeremy, to say a few. We have co-parenting situations. So, Lord, I mean, it's really nothing new, but it's interesting. And thanks to Pineapples, she bubbled that up in the conversation yesterday. I didn't see it during the live, but I saw it later as I was listening to the live. And by the way, this is an actual real hat. So if you want a Bougie Gang bucket hat, yes, they are available in the store, and use code Bougie20 to get your 20% off. Bucket hats are all the rage this season, but bucket hats are great for the summer anyway. But if you want to keep it cute, if you want to cute, it's a cute one. And then there's others to select from. So that's it. India, good morning. Erica, Dovely, good morning. Good morning, sisters. Good morning, Bama girl. SV, good morning. Let's see. Double H, good morning, sis. How are you, India? Live, laugh, love. Good morning, Doris. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, guys. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to the chat. Did I? It's on. Let me make sure I'm caught up. Double H. Pearls of Wisdom, friend. It's all about respect over here. Respect each other's point of view. Yeah, even if you don't respect the view, people have different experiences, thoughts, and all kinds of things. And I, I respect all, like, look, we go, not even, look, YouTube, for instance, it goes from one end of the spectrum to another, right? Some people have, I don't want to say their faves or their picks, but some people give some leeway to this one and not so much leeway to that one, right? Some things we can allow, some things we don't allow. At the end of the day, it's not my measuring stick, right? So if people feel a certain way towards this one and not a certain way towards that one, I may point it out. I really may not. You know what I mean? Because honestly, it's not, I think that sometimes in life, and this was a lesson I had to learn, more so in business, working in corporate America, and growing up. and maturing, right? Seek to understand rather than to be understood, right? It's not always for you to drive a point, but it's our job on this earth is to understand, greater understanding, knowledge of self, right? Through greater understanding, we achieve wisdom, knowledge of self, all of those things, right? Now, there are things that I uphold, like I love marriage. I think marriage is an awesome thing. I think it's always the right thing to tell the truth. I've always taught my daughter there's never a good time to do the wrong thing. The wrong thing, like you could be doing the right thing at the wrong time, right thing at the right time. Wrong thing is like a never. There's never a right time to do the wrong thing. Even if doing the wrong thing can save somebody, that's good. However, you still will be held to account, right? Um if if something happens at your home there and it was the wrong thing, you have an unlicensed firearm or something like that, you're still going to be held to account. You may be justified in what you did, the measures that you took, all of those things, but there's never a right time to do the wrong thing. It's always best to do the right thing, right? So there was a question that came up in the comments. Um, and someone, they didn't, it wasn't over the top. I'm going to pin it um so you guys can read it, but and chime in if you like. At the end of the day, there's a sis who took exception with another reactor's, I guess I'm going to say, content and what they did in their video. Who was here, maybe was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Flo drops by on my channel frequently. She's a subscriber here, and everyone is welcome, and Flo's been coming to the chat for a long time. At the end of the day, what I do on my platform, nobody should be questioning her over there or me over here, right? So at the end of the day, it wasn't a big deal, but I had a sis who was kind of surprised that I guess maybe I didn't have as much outrage for the prank phone calls, the phony phone calls, or trying to get someone fired from their job. So I'm just paraphrasing here. This is the deal. And I don't want to even get into too much about talking about myself at this moment. But what I'm going to tell you is this. Um, I have experienced a lot in my 3 years on this internet, specifically this channel, right? I'm not even going to talk about my vlog channel because my vlog channel is on Vlogcation for a reason, okay? I'm older, I'm wiser, I'm more experienced, and it's not necessary for what I'm doing at this moment. So, vlog channel on Vlogcation. Every day I toy with the idea of bringing it back, but I've got to bring it back in a way I feel comfortable, right? That being said, I've had 2 global ethics investigations on me. First one, yeah, didn't stick. Second one didn't either. I think they thought, I don't know what they thought about what I do for a living, but you did not have an idea. And I don't make a big deal about it. But at the end of the day, they didn't know. They didn't know. And filing a complaint against me at the level that I was working with this particular company, it went to our chief HRO. And at the end of the day, the second investigation was done, but there were no findings. I've never vlogged at the job. I don't talk about people at the job. I don't dish on people at the job. I'm not even with that company anymore. I got laid off during the pandemic. But at the end of the day, they tried me twice. I've had people try to interfere with my income because I come on here and I talk about marriage, because I come on here and I think, being a slore is maybe not the best thing for you long term. You know what I mean? You may get drooping putty cat. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I've had a lot of shit happen to me. And number one, when things happen to you, sometimes you get desensitized. A lot of times people are very much desensitized to the matter, right? Like, oh, okay, yeah, that happened to me last week. I've had people make profiles using my social media and implicating my family. Okay, I'm not even going to go into detail, but if you were around, you know. Those who know. Okay, I'm not going to run down the whole. I've had people on live streams call me damn near 100 damn times back to back to back to back for days in a row. Days in a row on live, thinking it's funny, calling me. So, do I care if Jasmine doesn't care enough about her man to listen to him when he asks her to not put him in the video, to not discuss his kids? Maybe when people have warned her, even though, I mean, she might be dumb and she also might be stupid, but how stupid do you have to be to continually give out your address for free shit? And I'm not talking about from brands. I'm talking about from Jane, Joe, and Sally who want to send you some damn devil dogs in the mail. Okay. Why do I have to be outraged because someone continues to decide to expose themselves? I don't believe that that's for me. I mean, if I'm outraged, I'll be outraged, but I'm not going to have fake outrage like, oh my God. I mean, I've seen this before, and I'm not the morality police. I don't run around to people's channels and tell them what to do and what not to do. That's not my job out here. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like when people come to my comments and tell me that they're surprised at something I did or something I didn't do, you guys know me for an hour or two on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I am very specific in what I discuss here. There's very specific. You don't know what I think about politics. You don't know what I think about religion. You know I believe in God because I do share that. You don't know how I practice. You don't know what I do. You know what I'm saying? So why be surprised? You know what I mean? Like I'm not sitting on moral high ground here. I've lived a long time and I've had many experiences and I've done a lot of shit in my life and I've done a lot of awesome in my life, okay? Um but don't think that my path on YouTube has been rosy, okay? Um and me not having fake outrage. Like there's some people who are probably expressing outrage on many different topics right now that just want to chit chat with people in the chat across many chats. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? They may not really care. Some people are just trolling. I don't know, but I felt like it was something good to talk about. I don't, I wasn't offended in the least. I have a whole family that I take care of. You know what I mean? Like we take care of each other. And I don't have time to waste my energy on someone who has their own family situation. You know what I'm saying? That woman, my Jazzy Life, has a mother. She's got a brother. She's got extended family. She has a father. She has 5 children. It is not my job to waste my energy that I could be expending on my loved ones with concern about somebody who's not concerned. There's been a lot of water under the bridge before Chris's job ever was contacted. Okay? I've never called anyone's job. I don't think I ever deserved for people to call my job, expose my YouTube. I never went to my job and told anybody I had a YouTube channel. I never put anyone at my job on my YouTube channel. I don't discuss it there. Didn't discuss it there. Don't discuss the people. I discuss what I did for a living in terms of my HR background, things of that nature, but never anything specific, always very general. I actually have a friend who listens, who is a director level in human resources, and we work together at that company. Okay. Thank God that the senior VP of Human Resources that I dotted lined over to was a black woman, thank God, because my manager, um, I'm just going to, a white male, who I had lots of Karens in my department. If they'd had their way, girl, I probably would have been fired. I probably would have. Because I'm telling you, what I found out after I got laid off, girl, let me tell you something. It explains some things, but thank God, God was on my side and protected me until basically, I wouldn't say the department was dissolved, but in the pandemic, nobody, hiring was decreased and I got laid off and whatever, and it was fine. You know, I'm not explaining. I'm telling you guys the story. I don't feel like I have to explain. This is really in addressing the comments, Tina, because I feel like for as much as you guys do have a great read on me in terms of the type of person I am, sometimes I'm a little bit Ray Charles to the bullshit. You know what I mean? Even if I on this on a, at a certain point may seem like part of the bullshit because I'm out here on the YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the energy to be concerned about someone who's not concerned. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? Do I think that calling people jobs is the right thing to do? No, but I'm not anybody's parent out here. Mine is at school right now. I don't think it's good to call CPS on people. If you feel in your heart that someone is in danger, do what you got to do. I'm not telling anybody to call anything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't condone, just because I don't say something doesn't mean I condone it. Good morning, Taylor. What I'm saying is this: I've seen a lot. You know what I mean? All of us have seen a lot on these YouTube streets, and that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not giving a fuck about something that someone doesn't give a fuck about. This woman right here, hold on a second. These two don't give a fuck about what they got going on. Amongst many others. I'm not just picking on them. There's lots of people, right? Um, these tricks know what they're doing. They're earning a whole living on this internet. You don't have to be worried about what you know what I'm saying? If Jasmine really cared about her man's livelihood, then she would make some different decisions. I'm not saying for her to get off the internet. That's not my place. That's not my place. But you know what? This guy started his own channel, puts his girlfriend on there, and that's their business, right? But when you are a sex offender and people are nosy or people got like, I don't even know what the cause of I don't even know how he got a failure to comply. I don't know what the chain of events are, but don't be worried now, Jasmine, about what Philip has going on. You didn't care. You mentioned Hannah's name. You won't mention Philip's name, but you mention Hannah's name. Okay. It's the fake outrage for me. It's the selective outrage for me. If you're going to be outraged about all of it, not some of it. That's my point, right? So I really just wanted to talk about that just a little bit. At the end of the day, I run my channel. And if I think something is funny from a standpoint of a phony phone call, I think it's funny. From a prank call, whatever. There is a case I heard of recently where gosh, we were in the car. They were doing a prank. I don't know if it was a TikTok prank, but I was in the car with my husband the other day and they were talking about um a black man was confronted, I hope I'm getting this right, by like, I don't want to say a gang, like it was a posse, but it was several white guys with butcher knives or long steak knives, weapons, right? And homie was armed and he shot and killed someone. If a bunch of men came running up to you with blades and you have your 22 and your husband said, handle accordingly, and you pull it out and you don't know you're being pranked for a TikTok video, what are you going to do? Now, the young men who were pranking and were just out trying to have a good time and fun, I'm sorry. Someone should have told them a long time ago that that was not smart. Now one of their friends is gone. Someone is dead. And someone is having to be bothered answering questions and did not know that somebody marked them for a joke. And have to have on their conscience that they took someone's life and have to reconcile that because they were scared or they were defending themselves. They were frightened, they were scared, they felt threatened, they're standing their ground, whatever the case might be, right? People got to stop playing, okay? So there's a lot that goes on this internet, and I think we become desensitized to some of it. But at the end of the day, Jasmine put herself in the position. She talks about her man all the fucking time. Chris is not liked on this internet by a lot of people. Some people just don't like her. And whatever it is what it is. But at the end of the day, me not being shocked or outraged because he got pranked at work and what the ramifications are of that, of him potentially losing his job or not. Look, I took myself off LinkedIn. I'm still on LinkedIn, but I don't have any of my information about what I do on my LinkedIn at all. And you know why? Because I was put in a position to lose my job on 2 occasions. You know what I'm saying? Why is my channel on Vlogcation? Because I can. I'm not saying that that's what Jasmine should do at all. Me and my information, me and what I have going on, me and what I hold dear, that's just a decision that I decided to make. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that that answers some questions. I'm not going to say something silly like don't ever, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I get new subscribers every day and I lose subscribers too, of course. You gain and lose every single day. So I may have to repeat this one more time, but at the end of the day, I don't run anyone's platform. I thought it was funny. I'm going to be honest. I thought it was funny. Am I a big 10-year-old? Maybe. Maybe. But that's it. You know what I mean? I think the calls were actually funny from a standpoint of somebody having the sniffles, somebody sounding like they have a cold, all of those things. Now, what I heard, I didn't hear anybody trying to get Chris's job taken. I heard somebody asking about a job, what the pay grade is, what the qualifications are. I don't even know if she mentioned, or whomever that was who called and disguised their voice. Did they mention Chris's name? I don't know. I have no idea. Pranksters have to be careful. So, and that's just in general. We've seen a lot of people get hurt over pranking, right? Now, trying to get someone's job. I told you guys about someone, she's on the YouTube, she's in the Be Love sector, Loca Libra. I was on the phone talking to a friend who I knew watched her channel. And I said, you know what? Sis was live. She was still relatively new at the time. And I said, because she modded for her. And I said, you know what? You need to reach out to her and tell her when she's sharing her screen on STREAMYARD that you can see her whole deck. You could see her tabs, and clearly she worked for a hotel. She was in some sort of a payroll system, and you could see her full deck. The next day, she comes back live, and she had been suspended from work. So her ops, or the people that don't like her, were in the bushes and you could see like the abbreviation of the hotel chain she worked for. And I guess they did put two and two together. Sis got suspended upon investigation. And then I think by either that afternoon or the following day, Sis was fired from her job. And it all played out on the internet. This is not the first time this has happened. I'm not condoning it in the least. I mean, I felt very bad for that woman because I really like her and I still watch her channel. She's dropped in here every now and again, Local Libra. Any of you guys who watch her, you already know the story, especially if you've been around for a minute. I would say this probably happened about 2 years ago, maybe 3. But it all happened live. Okay. But meanwhile, there was a lot of dirty stuff going on between like Walt and Cindy and all the stuff with Be Love and just everything, that whole sector. Adrian and the lady that Walt was messing with before him and Cindy got married, because him and Cindy be married 2 years now. This summer, I would imagine, right? So this has been going on for a minute, but yeah, Loca legit was doxxed and they called her job and everything. I don't think that that's right. But we as content creators, you got to be careful. If you're going to be in a reaction sector, and let me tell you something, Jasmine is no victim here. I truly believe that because Jasmine cannot go a day without addressing reactors. She's either answering to comments, she's pissed off about something, she's gossiping about something. She had a best friend, which I don't know how best friends they were, but whatever the deal was between her and Chrissy. And then you turn around and befriend the person who had her under investigation for cocaine, had to go take a damn drug test, all kinds of stuff. This Olivia created a situation for Chrissy. Damn, Olivia was sitting up there reaching out to Uriah. Olivia was sitting up there reaching out to Life of Kiara's husband when Kiara and what's his name? I forget his name. Anyway, whatever. I want to say Donald or Denzel, whatever his name is, her baby father, her ex-husband. I mean, Olivia has done so many foul things. And the fact that Jasmine thought it was a good idea to reach out to Life of Kiara when you're sitting up there, best friends, new best friends with a Desmond, thank you, sis, with the new best friend who dragged people and you want some it's like, sis, not only are you a snake, but you're best friends with the biggest snake. Okay. And then you wonder why you are like a social pariah on these streets. And then your dumb ass gets dragged by the other dumbass. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for Jasmine at all. So maybe I'm not the channel. I'm not the channel. I don't feel bad for any of these. Like someone could say they don't feel bad for me, and that's fine. I have a right to feel the way I feel. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm on my soapbox. This really isn't what I plan to talk about today, clearly. But it was on my heart because I answered the comment, and I care about you guys. I really do. A lot of you guys have been around here for a minute, and I mean a long time. Okay. And I feel like you guys are kind of like almost like people I knew from a class in college, or, you know what I mean? Definitely, friends on the internet, definitely a lot of you have turned into people like I respect your commentary in the comments, right? And I'm just asking, you know what I mean? Give me that same grace because, you know what I mean? A bitch ain't perfect. Never came up here and said I am. There's some things that I learned, through life. Just because I'm married, I love my husband, we respect our vows. Keep in mind, my husband was married once before. And at the end of the day, second marriages are very different from first. It's not to discount the first wife, but when you have an experience and you choose to do it again, you are definitely choosing with eyes wide open versus new territory, right? this is my first marriage, but you know what I'm saying? I love him. Okay. So at the end of the day, it's not to compare, contrast, or anything. All I'm saying is first time around, eyes wide open. Second time around, eyes wide open. Is just maybe a different result, right? Maybe not for some of you and your experiences, but my experience, okay. Let's see. I don't, like I said, I don't feel sorry for Jasmine. I don't feel sorry for Chrissy. I don't feel sorry for Liv. I don't feel sorry for the Jacksons of Atlanta. I don't feel sorry for Peach. I don't feel sorry for anybody on this internet, because when you hit that upload button, I don't feel sorry for Tribe of Many. I don't feel sorry for Queen of Kings. I don't feel sorry for Aaliyah's Face. I don't feel sorry for Peyton Marie. I don't feel sorry for Monroe. I don't feel sorry for Hilo Lux. I don't feel sorry for Trisha Paytas. I don't feel sorry for the Prince family. I don't feel sorry for anybody. If you opt in to this platform, you have to understand that the public is going to do what the public does. Okay. And if something were to happen, of course, I mean, something all got awful. Yes, compassion will be felt if I so feel so. Okay. But I also am not going to sit up here and pretend. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just some things, honestly, I don't give a fuck about. I'm just going to be really, really honest. Maybe I'm a cold hearted bitch, all of those things, but I feel like I have lived long enough and I have earned the right to feel how I feel and know what I know. And that's a shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, that's a shame. You know what I mean? Like, if Jeremy, let's just say, if Jeremy were to cheat again or have another baby, um, girl, some of you will not shed. Girl, some of you will be throwing a damn party. Y'all be at the girl, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then someone does this, that, or the third. What the Beam Squad did concurrent sentences. Is that the right word? Daddy Beam and then Mama Beam. Everybody went to prison. I felt nothing. I mean, maybe you shouldn't have been in a position where you're going to go and do federal time. Why do I have to feel so? Yeah, from a mother and father standpoint of having to leave their kids and go to prison and, oh my God. But when you're in the heyday of collecting money, allegedly what they were convicted of, messing around with people's social security numbers, doing all of the things, maybe you should have thought about that, right? So Jasmine, you're sitting up here, you expose your family, you don't want people talking about your son. I don't have energy to feel sorry for you, sis. I really don't. I'm just going to be honest. I don't feel sorry. You put yourself in the position. Yesterday I was watching Peyton Marie and it was so funny. Yesterday's vlog. And she went and got her lips dissolved. Okay. She went and got her fillers dissolved. Number one, because she was like, it's been a long time since she got her nose done in Turkey. She had not seen her real lips. She got her lips done after she went to Turkey. And she just said, you know what? I'm going to get my lips done, get my lips undone. And when she came out of the salon, girl, hold on a second. It was giving, because they were so like inflamed because of the procedure, but she was looking for a mask, couldn't find one. It was so funny. She was looking for a mask, she couldn't find one. And she said, you know what? I'm just going to troll the shit out of people today. And it was funny. She walked into Sephora and you could almost see the guy was like, she pretended like, what's wrong? Like, I meant to do that. And it was cute. It was funny. It was cute. And she made a funny out of a situation, because at the end of the day, she had errands to run. She didn't have a mask and she decided to just go with it and she filmed it and it was hilarious. And as time went on through the day, she went and got a facial and some other stuff. And through time, she's like, look, guys, look, my lips, everything's going down. And by the time she finished her errands, she went to go get her car serviced and was looking at the 7 Series at the BMW spot. And her lips had gone down, but she didn't let what the internet says about her. She opened up the video actually addressing a comment. She said that someone in the comments said to her in the comments that her bulging eyes are distracting. Okay. They said her bulging eyes are distracting. And she was like, well, don't look. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it is what, like, was she supposed to change her eyeballs? You know what I mean? So she addressed it because clearly she wanted the person to know, I saw your comment. Okay. And moving right along. And then went and got her lips dissolved because that's what she wanted to do. And then she was kind of like, you know what? I might get them redone. I'm not sure. Let's see how they look. By the end of the day or the end of the episode, she saw what they look like. She was like, I'm definitely getting them redone because backstory is the person who she wanted to do them would not do them because she really didn't want to touch someone else's work and said, we need to dissolve them first so I can build them up her way. Right. So she got them dissolved. Number one, I guess to do a test, see if she even liked the way she looked without the fillers. And if she, you know, what her next move was. But she wanted to basically start from a fresh palette. Okay. And at the end of the day, she started the interesting thing to me about the episode was she started the episode with addressing a comment for someone who is bothered by her eyeballs and ended it with her addressing the issue about there, not that there's an issue, but for her, whether she's going to either do lip fillers again for her lips, based on having them, not being satisfied with the look. Cause she said, let's face it, it was giving duck lips. Like, let's be real here. You know, I'm gonna be honest. And also the wisdom of knowing, you know what, maybe I can do better. Like there's better people out here who can sculpt and do what I'm wanting them to do. So now that now that I know and I feel good about that procedure, because she wasn't really convinced that the procedure really worked, right? The dissolving of lips. So maybe after seeing Black China, I don't know, she didn't mention Black China at all, but she wasn't convinced that that procedure actually would dissolve them. So maybe now doing some research, I'm not sure what led her to saying, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. Other than what she said was that she wanted to see what her lips look like. And she did. And even though, you know, she's a beautiful woman, she likes herself with a more ample lip and said, I'm definitely getting him done again. That's pretty much how she closed out the episode, unless I'm wrong and anyone else who watched it. But, you know, I watch Peyton's full videos. I have premiums. So when I put it on, I just let it rip. I'm not bothered with the commercials, but her videos are long. Like her video was maybe an hour, a little over an hour. And I give, you know what I mean? Like I enjoy her content very much because also she's of a certain age and she has fun with life. She's not like, she's my type of 40-year-old. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. There's people out here who just, you know, I can relate to her. Okay. Um, and you guys also know that sometimes maybe some of you don't know, but people are addressing the comments. You know, J. Morel Stewart, girl, almost every episode, even though she's got a pretty decent attitude about it, J. Morel is always like, I can hear you guys typing in the comments right now. Or just in case you guys are wondering, yes, I have 2 sinks and they are both full of dishes. Yes, they're both full. Because, and I don't even go read their comment sections, but I'm quite sure somebody is like, you have 1,000 square foot kitchen, ma'am, or 500 square feet. I don't know how big her kitchen is, but it's big as I don't know what. And she will address something because that's just what she wants to do. Right. So understand, sis is not bothered. I'm not. You know what I mean? I feel like, as respect to the person who sent me the comment, who typed in the comment, I just wanted to further expand not only to that individual, but to all of you guys. Like, I think the best way to navigate this thing called life is to have zero expectations. If you want to put expectations upon yourself, do that. But at the end of the day, having clear cut defined expectations, maybe for your child, but your kid's always going to disappoint you. Your kid's not going to always do what you tell them to do, because guess what? They're doing this thing called life too. Yes, they're doing it under your roof. Yes, they are still looking to you for guidance, but you tell them left and they're going to go right. Because you know what? Some kids are show me type kids. They want to learn by experience. Some will just learn because they're told. And at the end of the day, everyone has their journey, right? I always tell my daughter, I did this so you don't have to. I tell you guys, I watched this so you don't have to, right? But plain and simple, long story short, 47 minutes in, I wasn't outraged. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. I was not outraged. Is it the right thing to do to call someone's job? Absolutely not. How would I feel if someone called my husband's job? I would be pissed. Is that enough outrage? And I'm not trying to be funny. That's just what it is. But I would be immediately thinking on, how did I fuck up? How did I slip up? How did that information get out? Who's the leak? Who's the mark? Who's trolling? You understand? So that's where I would take it. I can't even be mad at people doing what they do. What I'm going to be mad at is me, okay? For what did I mess up on? Okay. So if Jasmine's man loses his job, Jasmine needs to tighten up what she's doing. Okay. Me acting like I give a fuck for someone I don't give a fuck about, other than she's a mom out here on these YouTube streets. I wish her well, but I make a bag off you. That's basically, I'm sorry. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a hypocrite, you know? Anywho, that's enough on that. And yes, we talked about Jackie O yesterday. That was very, very sad. I don't know what happened. I know they said that, let's pivot. I know they said that she was having plastic surgery potentially. So I don't know. Like, does anybody know? Was this something that happened on the table? Was this something that happened post procedure? I don't really know enough, but basically there was something that they were saying that sis was going to have a procedure, and that's all I know. And she's gone. I did hear Olivia. She was on the table. Wow, that's awful. I mean, either way, it's going to be awful. But so maybe she never woke up from her surgery, probably. Well, and that's never good. So it could have been anything. It could have been a cardiac arrest. It could have been a adverse reaction to anesthesia. It was post-op, a bleed out. It could have been trying to do too much. You know, it's sad. Very, very, very sad. I don't have any, like I said, plastic surgery, non-plastic surgery. I've had elective surgery done. I've not had plastic surgery done, but I've had elective surgeries done. So elective surgeries is surgery I didn't have to do, but surgery I wanted to do, right? I had a thing called fibroids, okay? And they were quite painful, and they were robbing me of a lot of my blood. Okay. Fibroids feed off of blood in your system. They live in your uterus. They can make it difficult for you to have babies, and they grow like they're non-cancerous tumors, right? And some women have bellies, or not bellies, but uteruses full of them, right? Some people have small ones. It just really depends. I didn't have the biggest. I didn't have the smallest. Um, and but it was painful. And I had an elective surgery, and I've been happy ever since, right? So I've had surgery I didn't have to have. I don't know, what sis was getting done. I think they said some sort of a mommy makeover. I mean, that's her business. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. The Donda story, amongst many others, there's a lot of people who've passed away trying to have flat tummies and big butts. I'm not here to measure people's priorities. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be, how could you as a mom do that and risk a snatched waist for your children? She may have thought of it as a business expense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make money off of my image, and my image has to be just right. You know what I mean? It doesn't, I was listening to Olivia last night, my God, as she was eating some Stouffer's macaroni and cheese. And she was talking about plastic surgery and these mommy makeovers, and it's giving her a different um, outlook on surgery and this, that, and the third. I'm like, but it didn't give you a different outlook on that macaroni. It didn't give you a different outlook on the macaroni. Anything is a risk. I had a C-section too. I didn't plan a C-section, Lady B. Ashley. My C-section was bestowed upon me because I feel like it was getting ready to be the weekend. I feel like we went in on a Thursday. It was Friday, 5 o'clock. My doctor had already clocked out, and the beautiful Dr. Beverly Bell walked in, who was the doctor I wanted to see when I went to that practice, but she was all booked. She's a really popular Black female doctor here in Charlotte, and she walked in an all white suit, smelling amazing. And you could just smell her fragrance. She walked in the door, and she was like, "Aren't y'all ready to have this baby yet? It's been 24 hours." My water broke, everything. Um, and they let me go a certain amount of time. And then it was just like, the first clue was the anesthesiologist showed up and was like, are y'all ready? So I think she'd already put in the call for surgery, because it was like, it's been 24 hours. She's done the standard, however much time to wait for the baby to come out, or me to dilate a certain amount to push. Anyway, long story short, um, she started working on my husband, and they brought in the surgical gown and was like, "Don't you want to wear one of these?" I mean, they base and you'll be done in baby will be here in like 20 minutes, and all of the scare tactics of oxygen and all of the things and blah, 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 blah. So needless to say, we went to surgery. But yeah, that was, I didn't have emergency like Peach did. But I was voluntold, basically, that we were going to surgery. And that's what we did. And it was fine. And honestly, afterwards, my thought was, which I probably would have had to do it anyway, was that, gosh, this thing is done in 20 minutes. Why did I sit here for 24 hours? But, it is what it is. But yeah, I was scared. I was scared. I was doing the whole, if I don't make it, I was scared. Um, Fibroids are not a joke. They're not. They were quite painful, and I used to feel it in my leg. My fibroids were like feeding off of like an artery in my leg, and I would have very severe cramping. I started having numbness in my leg because of so much blood, and it was just getting bigger at a faster rate. And and that was that. You had emergency C-section for the first time, elective the second, and had to have one with the third. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel very bad for that lady. She was quite beautiful. She had beautiful children. Hopefully they had a very nice relationship. I hate that, that happened to the children, losing their mother. That's, even being a grown woman, when mom passes away, it's a hurtful thing. Dad passing away too is it's awful and hurtful on both accounts, right? Um, Tragically, someone packing, leaving to go on a trip and not returning, that's awful. That's really awful. And, my condolences to the family, absolutely. Um, but yeah, there was a numbskull on the YouTube streets talking about surgery who was not equipped. Some people were saying, "Oh yeah, I feel sorry for the dad." She's like, "I don't really care about the dad." You see what I'm saying? Nobody chided Olivia. She didn't care about the dad. She's like, "I'm just really more concerned about her." So, Olivia is a low-key man hater. Olivia is not a feminine woman. If she were, um she would express herself a little bit differently about some things. But this woman passed away. She left behind 3 children with the father. Because Olivia is damaged and broken, I think all she thinks about is 3 kids not being with their mother. And at the end of the day, her sick, twisted mind makes her think about her 3 kids and it feeling like a death. And you know what? Maybe it should. Okay, I'm gonna leave it on that note. Maybe it should, because a death is what it was, a death of your daily relationship with your children due to your fuck shit on the internet and documenting all of it, and a judge thinking it was better to have the kids be with their father than with the mother, right? So I don't know. Anyway, guys, I took this conversation all the way left. I do want to talk Tim Anderson. I have everything pulled up and everything. But let me go ahead and shut this down, and I'm going to restart another live. Give me about 15 minutes. I've already got everything pulled up, but yeah, this conversation went in a completely different direction, and I'm glad we had a chance to talk, and I hope that there's no hard feelings. I'm not going to pin the comment. I'm sure some of you are going to go look and try to find what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, period. I've already answered the comment. I don't need anybody, nobody needs to defend me or anything. Don't bother. At the end of the day, this is a general comment at the end of the day, because this is not the first time that people have been like outraged at my lack of outrage, or my lack of sensitivity, or whatever they perceive me to have. And that is okay. You know what I mean? We learn stuff new every day, because the woman that you thought I was, maybe that's not who you think I am. But who you think I am may not be. You know what I mean? I'm a very honest person, and I'm also very cool, and I'm incredibly chill. Okay. Um, some people might be like, bullshit. No, you're not. You're an uptight bitch. I don't know. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, girl, I'm not here to be a pleaser of man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to share with you guys these reactions, reviews, and my commentary. You guys share your commentary in the chat, and you also share it in the comments, and all of that I have much respect for. Okay. So, and that's it, and that's all. But I really, really, really enjoyed chatting with you guys this morning. I'm looking at you guys' comments. Let's come back and take it up a couple of notches and get a little bit of a key. um I don't know what you guys want to talk about today, but a sis asked me to talk about Tim Anderson and what's going on over there, the cheatation, the outside baby, all of that. Maybe some of you guys know, don't know. I did not know until yesterday. I do read the Shade Room and all of that, but I don't know. It just didn't register with me. I don't even recall seeing this story, but it is quite interesting. And sis, Deja, the mother of his son. It's such a similar situation in the sense that Takesha, look, this is where the similarities start and end. A son was born to someone who is not in the relationship. Okay, he's married to his wife Bria, and he's been dating a lady named Deja, and he and Deja have a son, and basically she's like, don't call me a side chick. Like, basically, I've been around for a minute, and you trying to diminish our relationship is not going to work because we have one. So she's been up under his comments. Apparently she's been traveling. She goes to see him on the road. Whatever Bria thought it was, a one time thing, apparently that's not the case. Like, they've been posted up, they've been going places, she's on the road. I would just say this, to me, it kind of, for all of his other teammates, it's just kind of a bad look on the organization, just because what it does is it's going to be like, okay, y'all know Bria. Okay, so let me show this. Let me just show this real quick. Let me tease this a little bit, and then I'm going to shut this down and I'm going to come back. I need to make an egg. Okay. Okay, let me. Okay. All right. So this is sis. This is the mother of his son. And she's like, where is the lie? So basically, and I'm gonna come back, we'll start back off with this, but basically sis is like, yeah, no. Yeah, we're catching flights. Look at baby boy. Look how small he is right there. We're catching flights and we're on a plane. Now, I don't know if that was a commercial flight. I don't know if that was a White Sox. He plays for the White Sox. Okay. That's him and the wife. Now, he had a post up for his wife's birthday. That whole thing is down. Now, we'll go through all of this. Did I? Oh, oops. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're back. Let's see. Okay, so that was it. There's a lot. So there's a lot that I've been looking through, and we'll talk about all of it. It's quite interesting. But Bria was trying to downplay. Bria is the wife of Tim, and she was trying to downplay it a little bit. And oh well, I don't think that the downplay is working. So anyway, I never saw this IG Model T room. Girl, can I get in? Okay. Guys, I'll be back. Give me about 15, 20 minutes. So look, I'm gonna be back at 10:30. I'm gonna put the live up now if you guys want to go to that chat room. I think, I just want to thank you guys. Make sure you hit the like button, and I will see you guys when I return. Okay. I'll be back at, like I said, 10:30. Let me close this down. Let me see. Do you guys have any? Okay. I never heard of this Dr. Zach. I wonder what his record is. Is that the doctor that sis went to, fathers play a vital role in development of children. Live is stupid. She doesn't see the value because her mother had her in fatherless homes. Which that's where, I mean, she sees that her mom was able to do what her mom was able to do, and shouts out to the moms that had to work hard to make a way out of no way with maybe somebody who decided to or couldn't be around for whatever reason. At the end of the day, we got to do what we got to do, right? And handle um and handle the families as much as we possibly can. It was funny, Sarah on Tribe of Many, somebody asked her a question. If I can find it, I'll play it. It was an Ask Sarah segment on Tribe of Many, and someone asked her, they basically want to have a child and they're not in a relationship and are considering going to get a sperm donor, right? And Sarah didn't necessarily come from like, no, don't do sperm clinics, don't do that. It was more so how she feels about having a father in the home and how it's a integral part of the child rearing. And that even if she became, and she said, but that doesn't mean that my husband can't be gone tomorrow. We could get a divorce. He could pass away, any of those things. But all of those things being said, I feel so strongly about having a father figure with my children that I would replace that any way that I felt appropriate to do so. And I was like, oh, okay. Now, does that mean that she's going to go get married? Maybe. Does that mean that she's going to go move her parents in so they can have their grandfather? Does that mean she's going to go live next door to her brother so they could have their uncle? It could mean a lot of different things, but she feels so strongly, or one of Solo's brothers or whatever. Maybe she feels so strongly about the matter that that's exactly, she said what she said, right? Okay. Um, okay. You guys tell me who Dr. Zach is. Oh, thank you, Coco. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Look, let's go back and have a key, and I'll see you guys at like 10:40 now. Just give me about 30 minutes, okay? You guys have a good one. If I don't see you later, come back upon the replay.
By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. It's all about clout.